This is the biggest challenge of our time. It contains 80 billion neurons, and each neuron has between 100 to 10,000 connections. It makes trillions of connections in each and every one of your brains. I'm a neuroscientist. I've spent the last 10 years tackling this problem from various angles. And I think at BrainPatch, we've got the solution. So there are technologies for non-invasive recording of brain activity, and they have been used, other companies are using them for controlling machines, equipment, and wheelchairs. And there are technologies for stimulating the brain, which are shown here by the blue arrow. These have also been used for cognitive enhancement, motor enhancement. And what we're proposing in BrainPatch is to close that loop between the recording and stimulation and put the artificial intelligence to optimize that stimulation for each application, for each individual brain. So that way we can have a potential market applications both in clinical and non-clinical settings for targeting things like sleep or increasing concentration. So as I've mentioned, making sure that memory enhancement works for each and every person, because the protocol will be different for each and every one of you. And then also in clinical settings, you've got the epilepsy, which displays very nicely on the brain recording. You also have, with the emerging technologies of getting deeper into the brain, you can treat diseases like Parkinson's, addiction. There's even potential for targeting Alzheimer's. So the market is predicted to get to about 6.15 billion in 2020. I think that figure may be a little bit conservative, but the truth is the market is growing in size as we speak. And with that in mind, our solution is to provide a platform technology. So with that platform, it will allow developers, like some of you are sitting here in the audience who are experts in artificial intelligence with an interest in neuroscience, to develop your own applications and ship them onto the market. It's a bit like an app store, so that the consumer will, the money will go from the consumer to the developer, and then a share of that will go from the developer to our company. If you're wondering sort of what it's about and how it looks like, here's an example. It's like a mock-up of a store. Here's an application for relaxation. You've got the, you've got the single-use price. You've got the, the unlimited use price. And so when the consumer who has our hardware, like a cap, and then clicks on the app, downloads it, launches the app, it starts to stimulate the brain with his particular stimulation protocol to get him to a relaxed state. And once that relaxed state is recorded on the electroencephalography, only then the smart contract is executed, and the money goes from the consumer to the developer to us. So this is a concrete approach, which also allows to keep a track record of each application on a distributed ledger. So you can see here, for example, that particular application has a high success rate. Other applications may have a lower success rate, and that allows you to build this trust, security, and safety and reliability of applications delivered on the BrainPatch. So we're very early stage. This year, we're going to develop, by the end of this year, we're going to develop MVP. And we're thinking of launching an ICO. And once we've got the initial funding, we can start clinical trials, which obviously require a lot of money, and trying to build this infrastructure based on the blockchain. So by 2021, we're hoping to launch the product and make it revolutionize the market of non-invasive brain stimulation. So in the team, we've got, I'm a neuroscientist, as I mentioned. We've got the people with a lot of experience in entrepreneurship. We've got PhDs in physics, and we also have some stellar advisors who are experts in closed-loop stimulation, in artificial intelligence, and blockchain as well. And I think together, we can work to take our brains beyond the limits of our imagination. Thank you for your attention.